Maganetumu was Kadinanga, Obrosi Kavasi. Manu wana masimane naru, enese papuru son jona naru. Amufani na buruse sani beze, apase monyanga pumwane mu, konye kamunya kalibazi. Efumu watu bwenu mu, wamanjenese. Obu wasiadio, egu watu bwenu mu, wamanjenese. Obu wasiadio, egu watu bwenu mu, wamanjenese. Obu wasiadio, egu watu bwenu mu, wamanjenese. No, reverse is the case. Ndi waga tojani jigide. Well, I can't put it properly, but honestly, we are no longer afraid of the world and the people of the world, even though they are chameleon like Yoruba. They will be the one to be afraid of us for the avoidance of that. This is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people, the man with the heart of an angel. He simply said the heart of this project will not see corruption. This is one thing that eludes Africa. The ability to combat corruption and subdue it is something alien to us as a people. And then when one man come forward and say, no, as far as I'm on this platform, it will not see corruption, you should understand what he means. Mazu Chuka from a voice from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And Anambra State is Biafra land. And you are from Anambra State. You should be proud. You should be proud of yourself that you have such a man who can come out and say a words. How many years he stood by the wall? You should be proud. And somebody calls, oh, I'm from Anambra. I see Mazimefo. That is all I see. Hopefully, men and women of goodwill from Anambra State should stand up, because a time will come when we will do the needful. Of course, Mazi Chuka from F4 is standing on the deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Ukunande Kano. And sometimes I begin, in fact, I don't wonder any longer what propels these people, what pushed these people, because we have been to the mountaintop, honestly. Nobody will fight for something they don't know the value. And so when you see a Prince of Afari Beku laying everything aside, politics he laid aside, of course politics of criminals and armed robbers and looters and evil men he laid aside. When you see somebody sacrificing the throne and the comfort, by this time his parents are supposed to be touring India, going for treatment, but God knows what they are going through. It's not easy to be a brother of a terrorist freedom fighter. You think it's easy to be terrorist? And I say, oh, this thing is but I'm a terrorist in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. We are terrorists in the Ushi. Because the moment you say the truth and you do the right thing, you become a terrorist. You think it's easy to be a relative to terrorists. And then being a freedom fighter, fighting for Biafra, makes us terrorists. And believe me, we love it. Amandi Nezi Adia Mama. Mazenand Yoku Kano is the man and the only man for almost 60 years who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people. Everybody are doing it, divide and divide. Berlinization of everywhere in Biafra land before now. Of course, if you understand English, you know the meaning. It is in Berlin. Our African was divided. It is in Berlin. They cut us butcher by butcher. Anglophone, Francophone, Portugal phone, German phone. You can name them. Hitler phone, Saudi Arabia phone, all of us phone. But yet we don't have network to operate it. And then, no, don't talk it. Let's be, when we come in the morning, we say, Britain, please let us go. No, you're not going to let us go. Ordinarily, we understand what happened between the Egyptian slaves, the Egyptians, colonial terrorists, and the Egyptian slaves. It's just a matter of time. Every issue will be brought to conclusion. Nobody was able to stand up to speak for us until he came. Mazen Nandioku Kanu is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. But of course, I'm George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. Delta State is Biafra land. What do they call us? Niger Delta. I am from Niger Delta, Ndiushi. And I should say it's a privilege. I serve the indigenous people of Biafra and the capacity of the African rep and the Nigerian international coordinator, at least till this very moment. You check your time anyway. But then, what are we without Chukwuki Kabiama? What have we achieved, each and every one of us, collectively or otherwise? We would not have been able to do anything except the Creator is beside us. And so when we worship Him, we just can't help it. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. This is the reason why we are meant to acknowledge and appreciate the Creator. And no matter what happens, we will surely do that. With or without, we will do that. Because in the end, it's the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. He decides the day you were born and the day you will die. You can do all you want to do, but if He does not permit you, you can't do anything. That is why the Bible says the builder of the city, in vain do they build, except the Lord build. In vain do you watch over a city, except the Lord watch over a city. And what can we do? What can we say than to say, great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, you are still the same. All we have desired, thy hand has provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto thee. Ibuchukwu n'ibuchim, Ibuchukwu onye na-eme mma o, Ibu Alpha and Omega mo, Omega mo, onye buru onye ikpeazụ. Manite n'ọgwụgwụ ya ka nji na-asị na-ebuchi anyị o, ịdị ebube o, Chimo ịdị omimi ehe, ịbụ Alpha and Omega mo, Omega anyị o, onye bụrụ onye ikpeazụ, malite n'ọgwụgwụ o, ya ka nji na-asị na-ebuchi anyị o. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'eziokwu na ịmara mma, ịhụnanya na gị, obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na ịdị mma o. Isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe nwanne utonye, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe Chimari oke, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe anya ji ahụ ụzọ, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe onye ji anya isi, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe nwanne utonye, isi ala gị nwe. Let me stop anyway, but we must continue. Our topic this morning is simple. Trying to keep Nigeria one is fruitless. There are a lot of political criminals everywhere. Religious criminal, monarchical criminal, abolitical criminal, socialistica criminal, Boko Haramlistica criminal, British leader criminal, every criminal everywhere. They keep blowing the trumpet. Oh, it's our one Nigeria. We have to work out to one Nigeria. You can imagine Yoruba reading Christian church telling you Nigeria will rise again. Rise from where? Of course, yes, they are going to rise into oblivion. Finally, he's going to rise again. My God will, thunder of my God will fire any God that will rise Nigeria again. Never again. Nigeria is dead. Nigeria is buried. We will prove it to Obasanjo. He can. Biafra is dead and buried. You buried a nation made in heaven. Do you know who we are? You bury us, you will bury yourself. Nigeria will be buried. And so don't let anybody deceive you. Nigeria will rise Mbo. But rise Mbo. Rise where? Nebe. Nigeria rise again. Ndiushi. It's unbelievable. You can work very hard. Let's do this, Nigeria. Let's patch it. Let's amalgamate it. Of course, we understand the language. Let's organize it. Let's show love. Are you telling me to show love? The beauty of this struggle is that most of us has worked close to each other for years, yet we don't even know each other. Don't know each other. We don't. There are a lot of things that fascinate me in this struggle. You talk to somebody every day, it looks like it's your next door room neighbor, but yet you don't even know how the person looks like. It's beautiful, I must tell you. But the bond that held us together is unimaginable. I'm not surprised, considering the fact that millions of people who have died because of Biafra are not actually dead. They walk among us. Nigeria will understand. So let's do the Nigeria is okay. We can move on. Let's leave the past. Forgive. Thunder will fire you. How many people have Fulani forgiven? How many people have Yoruba that collect your 10% every month ending has forgiven? If I open a charity foundation now and I tell you to be giving me your tithe and offering, most of you are going to yap and you tell me you speak English. You think Yoruba and Hausa, Fulani and British government are a problem? You wake up and you will see how their fate, their end will be. Let's be doing Nigeria. It is fruitless. Forget about the whole ammunition in the world will not stop us. And the only way you can stop us now is that you must put an end to the world. If not, I think the next agenda for global community is to begin to consider how to dismember Nigeria. It's simple. The more we struggle to make Nigeria one, the more the looters are looting, and the more Nigerians are going backward, because there is no remedy. Now, let me tell you something. On daily basis, I understand, not today, that everything we go through in life is just a process. God is trying to point you to certain challenges that will actually lead you to the ultimate being able to fulfill your destiny. We have suffered when we're not supposed to suffer. We go hungry when we are not supposed to go hungry. Challenges everywhere, and yet we can't explain it. We cry to God, yet He won't answer. And somewhere along the line, we rely on the arm of faith. But today we are very happy because everything we have passed through was actually for a purpose. Let me tell you, I've worked with a man, a very wealthy man, and I respect him. But like every other man, we all have our fault. He's from Efiteduno in Anambra State, a very wonderful man. A man who could not trust anybody almost all his life. He trusted me, and I tell you, I will forever love that man. But he has a flaw like every other man. He don't want two workers to cooperate. When it comes to his office, we look at all the workers, and he noticed that, oh, John and Michael are in good terms. If he does not separate John and Michael, he will never be happy. I discovered later that he's somebody who believes that if the workers are cooperating, that means they are cheating him. So he spent more of his energy and resources making sure that Peter is quarreling with Paul, Paul is quarreling with Peter. They must quarrel among themselves. That is the only time he's happy. I never knew this. And one day I was working for him. He told me what to do. And what he asked me to do will contradict or set me against another brother. And having talked to me behind, I was like, can people be bad to this man? It's not good. And I came and I attacked that guy, and I attacked that guy, and I attacked that guy. And the guy was just looking at me. He's more elderly than me. You know, I have to defend my boss anyway. And so I watched him. The guy looked at me and walked away. I told my worker, don't worry. This guy is doing like this. We will deal with him. We will do that. We do. Some minutes later, I went to him again. I said, my friend, come here and correct this thing. The guy called me and said, come here. And I went. He said, see, this thing you did do. We don't do this company before you come here. You see our oga, he no like make we dey cooperate. He want to make all of us dey fight ourselves. Save yourself all this trouble. If you want to know what he want, immediately oga enter here, begin quarry me. You go see saying go dey happy. If he come all of us dey cooperate, you know they get himself. I say, and I'll wait. The boss came in. A very good man, I must tell you. But maybe that is what he was taught. Maybe by his mother or father. And immediately enter. I called that man. I said, are you stupid? Are you hopeless? How can I give you instruction? You are mechanizing and akuromata. I looked the man face and smile. And waka come out. The next he say, yes, Onyibe come. You are doing well. I hope all is well. I saw all is well. He give me feed money. You know, when big man give you feed money, you know where you are going to eat that day. In fact, a plate of food money they will give you. It's 1 week feeding for your family. I say, but I won't conclude yet. So the next day when he came, we bought drink. We buy mineral, keep, they wait for him. And the moment he enters sight, we share, all of us start laughing. And we were looking at his face because we were running an experiment on him. He thought he is very intelligent. The moment he came, he saw all of us in unity, in one love, in harmony, in acrimony. Give me the grammar to complete it. The man just look at us and say, Onyibe, do you mean you are sitting down there? And what is wrong with you? I'm telling you. Onyibe, I'm not happy with what I'm saying. You are disappointing me. Why is the work not moving forward? Now, lie. Why are you people cooperating? That is how Nigeria is. Nigerian can never be. The only way to have my peace is to leave that man. You know, along the line, I stopped picking his call because come to a stage where I will be the author of my destiny. Not Fulani, not Yoruba, not Hausa, not Sabuto. No, buddy, I tell you the truth. Don't start what you cannot end. The greatest mistake anybody is to do is to wound an animal you can't kill. It's going to be grievous for you, honestly. And so when I come to people, oh, I want to set Paul against Peter, set Peter against Paul, so you can control us. In this age, you better think again. And so when they say, oh, we have to build one Nigeria, it's very formidable Nigeria, it's a lie. You can't build Nigeria because the people who owns Nigeria, this company called Nigeria, the only way they can keep reaping from our misery is to make sure we fight one another. Our son must become a very hopeless lunatic for Fulanis. Fulanis must become a terrorist, killing everybody and ravaging and raping and think that they owns the world. Then Yoruba must betray everybody to collect 10%. Then there are some lunatic Biafra who will certainly do what they can to just put food on their table. But believe me, there are those who are observing because there are things that bombast at night and there are things that respond. Facebook, I'm waiting for you. No set Yana Yushi. Have you ever wondered? Have you ever wondered why Nigerians cannot be able to build road? Only in the capital city where Theresa May or Okra or any criminal will visit. The governor is coming to Abuja. They built Abuja for Ndioshi. Hey, he's coming to Lagos. They build Lagos for Ndioshi. Let them build another place in Biafra land. They wouldn't do that. Do you know that CNN or BBC motto have no hold break in Biafra land for once? The only vehicle we see from international organization or community that comes to Biafra land, what do they call them? Amnesty International from Germany, maybe. Others then come there. Look at all of them. They will even invite Obi and Amayanamo to go to Sambisa Forest to have meeting with the Britain. They can't come to Biafra land. But most of you don't understand the implication behind all these things. Have you ever wondered why, most especially in Biafra land, our road cannot be built? Tomorrow now, they carry poster color, they bring tractor, grade the road. After grading the road, creating gradient for water to flow, they will carry poster color, paint the ground, not even oil paint, poster color. Of course, if you know what is poster color, you will know. They take black poster color, paint everywhere, put it on internet. The road on Biafra land is only tied on internet, achievable. Then once the rain falls once, the whole poster color is gone. And then it will start all over again. Have you ever wondered why? We have cement. Go to Benue State, the very community my wife comes from. You don't buy cement. They dig their sand, pour water and turn it. It becomes cement. I have a building there. I didn't buy one bag of cement, only during plastering. That is when I bought one bag of cement. I bought the land I said I'm going to build. And we were calculating cement money. They say, no cement money. I say, why? They went and dig sand, mud block, thousands of blocks. But when I say it now, they will claim Idoma land. So we modded over 7,000 blocks without buying cement. It's when they want to begin to chalk that they went to buy cement. But how will you understand? At the vessel. But yet they can't tie our road. Cement is not the problem. Butamin is not the problem. The village I come from, my own village, there is a land there now. Butamin, what they used to do asphalt or kuruta, is coming out from the ground. In my village, as I'm talking to you now, oil company and Nigeria are trying to create communal crisis. So we begin to come fight over ourselves over that land. Then the next thing they will do is fence it, put barrack there. They can justify why they have to rob us. Have you ever wondered why? But we are waiting for them because we've gone beyond that stage anyway. Have you ever wondered why? Facebook, I'm waiting, Yoruba in Facebook. Have you ever wondered why They cannot provide the people with drinking water. Look at Nigeria today. Everywhere, boho. Even before you fence your compound, boho, 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 boho. But as a child, I used to see water board. Britain gave us everything. And I've had somebody, intellectual man, argue with me blindly that we are the cause of it all, that we are the problem. When Britain was here, they gave us water, they gave us life. When Britain left, and then we have nothing. Don't worry, I will reveal the secret for you. Is the one is fruitless. Just forget about it. Ududuwa go, Arewa go, Middle Betans go, Biafrans go. The zoo must be totally dismembered. Have you ever wondered why Nigerians cannot generate electricity? When you hear them talk about electricity, you think it's one kind of skyscraper or, one kind of technology. Huh? Every year, we're going to develop. In fact, Nigeria today is giving you 3,000 megawatts per minute, and we are working very hard that before 2000, we'll be generating 3,000 megawatts. People don't need this electricity. Your dustbin can generate electricity. Your urine can generate electricity. There are renewable energy and electricity source from the sun. You have your solar, your energy, your inverter, and then why we coming to deceive ourselves? You wear a suit of 100 million naira and you come and say, well, we are working to make sure that in 20 or 100 years time, every house in at least in the city can have. Are you insane? But we understand anyway. Have you ever wondered why we have dilapidated facility everywhere? I remember when they built the teaching hospital in Port Harcourt. It was Obasanjo. Actually, when my mother was sick, I went to Abo, brought her to teaching hospital, because from the general hospital in Abo to Port Harcourt is quite a distance. And the condition I saw my mother, I couldn't leave her there. I chartered a vehicle from Abo to Port Harcourt, thinking we have wonderful hospital, teaching hospital built by Obasanjo, glorified block house, I tell you, designed with paint. And when I arrived Port Harcourt, I went there. And when I entered there, the state I saw sick people. If I love my mother, I have to run for my life. No light, no candle, no torch, cockroaches everywhere. The mosquito in teaching hospital, they are carrying scissors. The mosquito, Port Harcourt teaching hospital, if you go there, all the mosquito there, some are carrying scissors, some are carrying chisel, some are even carrying electric wire that we don't even have. These are the some are carrying hose. Mosquito in teaching hospital Port Harcourt, I tell you, they have blood bank already. Because why some mosquito are with scissors and chisel, chiseling you? There are the ones with hose. When they map it on your body, you are dead. I took my mother and run away. In fact, the people there told me, hey, but your mother can't survive here, move ahead. And of course, I have to go to BMH, Brewitt Memorial Hospital. It's a little bit okay, because it's not owned by Nigeria. It's owned by a missionary who later didn't have a child, because all the people who has reduced us to what we are today, God punish all of them by not giving them children. Because if not, God loved them, because their children will suffer bitterly. That was where they didn't even attend to my mother. I brought them in. She was unconscious. And they told me in Brewitt or BMH hospital in Port Harcourt then, and say, where were you when she got sick all this while? You couldn't come here. Take her home. I called them and say, shoo. People where they home, say make her take and go hospital. Now where they hospital, say make her take and go home. I don't live with my mother. Now make I tell her, I must treat this woman. BMH is close to government house, brick house. They say we can call police on you. I say I love it. I love it. I drop my mother at the main entrance of the BMH, and I tell them, you bring it on. You bring it on. I told them that day nobody will enter that hospital until you attend to my mother. It was midnight. I came in there around 1. They speak grammar for me till 7 o'clock in the morning. And 7 o'clock in the morning, I let them know. I let them know. Well. And they start speaking grammar. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, grammar was falling. I told them, if you come here, thunder will fire you. And then they went behind and they do meeting. As I'm speaking now, they will know who that is speaking now. Those in BMH, then we know. Then I say, okay, gentleman is okay. I become a gentleman when I show them Opopo scatter. But when I was talking to them, they didn't know I was a gentleman. But it's amazing. Before they attended to my mother in less than 3 hours, she was okay, good and running. And so if we don't do Opopo scatter, our problem can never be solved in Nigeria. No gentleman. That is why fellas say, I no be gentleman at all. He say, oh, let's analyze Nigeria. You were not going anywhere. We have to show Nigeria Opopo scatter. Have you ever wondered why? Everywhere dilapidated facility, bridge are washing away. In fact, if I take time and read news, in fact, one of these days we will look at newspaper headline from Nigeria. It will amaze you. You will even hate yourself for being associated with the name Nigeria. Stop fighting for what will never be. Have you ever wondered why they keep borrowing money on daily basis? Even when they are able, they can't even give account. Oh yes, we have to borrow. The government have borrowed from China. They are borrowed from America. They are going to borrow again. They are borrowing and borrowing. Have you ever wondered why it is that they recover loot every day? They tell you the bank account they have discovered, but the moment the money is discovered, you don't hear about it again. Have you ever wondered why our evil religious leader lied to us? From Satan of Sokoto to Anglican Church to Catholic Church to Pentecostal, St. Bottles and Kankan. Have you ever wondered where they now lose all of a sudden the ability to tell you the truth? Have you ever wondered why the life of Nigeria doesn't matter to Nigeria? On daily basis, Nigerians are the one massacring their one Nigerians. Have you ever wondered why you can't say anything? They will kill you. Have you ever wondered why? But I think we need to actually see something. Maybe you will understand. There is an audio I'm going to play. It's coming. This information is coming from first-hand class of people who suffered in the people who created Nigeria. And then maybe you will understand what we are saying. May God help all of us.
Madam President, and gentlemen, ladies of the House, standing here with 8 minutes in my hands and this venerable and rather magnificent institution, I was going to assure you that I belong to the Henry VIII School of Public Speaking. That, as Henry VIII said to his wives, I shall not keep you long. But now finding myself the 7th speaker out of 8 in what must already seem a rather long evening to you, I rather feel like Henry VIII's last wife. I more or less know what's expected of me, but I'm not sure how to do it any differently. Perhaps what I should do is really try and pay attention to the arguments that were advanced by the opposition today. We had, for example, Sir Richard Ottaway suggesting, challenging the very idea that it could be argued that the economic situation of the colonies was actually worsened by the experience of British colonialism. Well, I stand to offer you the Indian example, Sir Richard. India's share of the world economy when Britain arrived on its shores was 23%. By the time the British left, it was down to below 4%. Why? Simply because India had been governed for the benefit of Britain. Britain's rise for 200 years was financed by its depredations in India. In fact, Britain's industrial revolution was actually premised upon the deindustrialization of India. The handloom weavers, for example, famed across the world, whose products were exported around the world, Britain came right in. There were actually these weavers making fine muslin, light as woven air, it was said. And Britain came right in, smashed their thumbs, broke their looms, imposed tariffs and duties on their cloth and products, and started, of course, taking the raw materials from India and shipping back manufactured cloth, flooding the world's markets with what became the products of the dark and satanic mills of Victorian England. That meant that the weavers in India became beggars, and India went from being a world-famous exporter of finished cloth into an importer, went from having 27% of world trade to less than 2%. Meanwhile, colonialists like Robert Clive bought their rotten boroughs in England on the proceeds of their loot in India, while taking the Hindi word loot into their dictionaries as well as their habits. And the British had the gall to call him Clive of India, as if he belonged to the country, when all he really did was to ensure that much of the country belonged to him. By the end of the 19th century, The fact is that India was already Britain's biggest cash cow, the world's biggest purchaser of British goods and exports, and the source of highly paid employment for British civil servants. We literally paid for our own oppression. And as has been pointed out, the wealthy Victorian British families that made their money out of the slave economy, 1/5 of the elites of the wealthy class in Britain in the 19th century owed their money to transporting 3 million Africans across the waters. And in fact, in 1833, when slavery was abolished, what happened was that a compensation of £20 million was paid, not as reparations to those who had lost their lives or who had suffered or been oppressed by slavery, but to those who had lost their property. I was struck by the fact that your Wi-Fi password at this union commemorates the name of Mr. Gladstone, the great liberal hero. Well, I'm sorry, his family was one of those who benefited from this compensation. Staying with India, between 15 and 29 million Indians died of starvation in British-induced famines. The most famous example, of course, was the Great Bengal Famine during the Second World War, when 4 million people died because Winston Churchill deliberately, as a matter of written minuted policy, proceeded to divert essential supplies from civilians in Bengal to sturdy Tommies and Europeans as reserve stockpiles. He said that the starvation of anyway underfed Bengalis mattered much less than that of sturdy Greeks. This is Churchill's actual quote. And when conscience-stricken British officials wrote to him, pointing out that people were dying because of this decision, he peevishly wrote in the margins of the file, "Why hasn't Gandhi died yet?" So all notions that the British were trying to do their colonial enterprise out of enlightened despotism to try and bring the benefits of colonialism and civilization to the benighted heathen. I'm sorry, Churchill's conduct in 43 simply one example of many that gave a lie to this myth. As others have said on the proposition, violence and racism were the reality of the colonial experience. And no wonder that the sun never set on the British Empire, because even God couldn't trust the English in the dark. Let me take World War I as a very concrete example, since the first speaker, Mr. Lee, suggested these things couldn't be quantified. Well, let me quantify World War I for you. Again, I'm sorry, from an Indian perspective, others have spoken of other countries. 1/6 of all the British forces that fought in the war were Indian. 54,000 Indians actually lost their lives in that war. 65,000 were wounded. Another 4,000 remained missing or in prison. Indian taxpayers had to cough up £100 million in that time's money. India supplied 70 million rounds of ammunition, 600,000 rifles and machine guns, 42 million garments were stitched and sent out of India, and 1.3 million Indian personnel served in this war. I know all this because, of course, the commemoration of the centenary has just taken place. But not just that, India had to supply 173,000 animals, 370 million tons of supplies, and in the end, the total value of everything that was taken out of India, India, by the way, suffering from recession at that time and poverty and hunger, was, in today's money, £8 billion. You want quantification? It's available. Second World War, it was even worse, 2.5 million Indians in uniform. I won't belabor the point, but of Britain's total war debt of £3 billion, in 1945 money, 1.25 billion was owed to India and never actually paid. Somebody mentioned Scotland. Well, the fact is that colonialism actually cemented your union with Scotland. You know, the Scots had actually tried to send colonies out before 1707. They'd all failed, I'm sorry to say. But then, of course, came union, and India was available, and there you had a disproportionate employment of Scots. I'm sorry, Mr. Mackenzie has to speak after me. Engaged in this colonial enterprise as soldiers, as merchants, as agents, as employees, and the earnings from India is what brought prosperity to Scotland, even pulled Scotland out of poverty. Now that India is no longer there, no wonder the bonds are loosening. Now, we've heard other arguments on this side. There's been a mention of the railways. Well, let me tell you, first of all, as my colleague, the Jamaican High Commissioner, has pointed out, railways and roads.
I will stop there because it's a very long clip. India, Europe, London, they love Nigerians. It's a lie. Stop that nonsense. Trying to build one Nigeria is very fruitless effort. Don't forget, India was the one that Britain humiliated last, raped their women, pregnanted, gave birth to that lunatic called Freddie Lugard, who is actually a mercenary. Indians got where they got today because they have to embrace the truth and accept the truth irrespective of who else is God. Today, Britain are going to India for treatment. Is God not wonderful, according to Adamu Farouk? But as far as we are here in Nigeria and pretending, we are Nigeria, do you know how many countries that pay VAT of India? Are we talking about Bangladesh? Are we talking about other countries within that region who were supposed to be one country? But they knew that now, whether it is Filipinian, whether it is Bangladesh, whether it is India, whether it is Ototo Tororo, they have to actually destroy that evil called Britain Empire in India. And then the people are free. And then there is some Hausa people who can't reason, backing up some, God know where they are coming from, Fulanis, from Futajalon or Airfire, only God know. And then there is Yoruba who is interested in 10%. And then there are some Sabuto and Biafra who just want in one Nigeria. Let me tell you, if we do not confront this evil, according to Maswichi Mefo, and call them by the name, everything you have labored for in the name of one Nigeria will humiliate you or send you to early grave without making mistakes anywhere. Biafra is our only hope. And don't let them deceive you. Nothing like one Nigeria. All of us, the work to destroy Nigeria should be a collective effort. You are Awusa, arise. You are Middlebelt, arise. You are Oduduwa, arise. You are Biafrans, arise. Let the Fulanis go back to where they come from. Let British government go back to where they come from. We need fresh air. But you know, honestly, Biafra is our only hope.
Biafra is our only home. It is our only home. From the rising of the sun to the going on the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra. We must always strive to do what we have to do to restore Biafra back, hope of our children. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra. From the rising of the sun to the going on the same, we must fight till the end to restore our motherland. Oh, Biafra is our only home. Is our only hope, Biafra.
Yes, of course, we must continue. Our lines are open at this moment. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. I repeat again, our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. Our direct line, I repeat again, is 081-221-52971. And then a special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Special number for the female is 081-288-58614. Caller, WhatsApp, are you there? Caller, WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes. Good morning, Onyibe.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
My name is Oranye Awele. I am from Delta State, Asaba. But I reside in Dubai. Mazi, for those people calling for one Nigeria, the zoo and land of Biafra will swallow them. Because so many nonsense lives have been slaughtered. And no one is speaking. They are speaking for Pan-African. The land of Biafra will swallow all the Biafrans, all the Igbo, joining where you are, planning to sabotage this struggle. The land of Biafra will swallow them. And also, I want to appreciate our able leader, Mazi Dr. Professor Nandekan, and his deputy, Mazi Shemofo, and also to you, our African rep, Mazi. Sometimes I wonder how our people think at times. I saw a video yesterday about one black all those Afro-Americans. If you listen to what this guy was saying, Mazi, you will justify what Nandekan is saying. Black man, this OG, the way we think is a very. I don't know how to classify that. It's a very big problem to us because these are the same people that will sabotage the struggle when we march. They are saying, let's march. These are the same people that will sabotage the struggle. Mas, I don't want to digress much. I thank you. Thank you for the work you are doing. Because anytime, any morning and night, I don't listen to Radio Biafra, I feel something is missing. It's like a spirit. The fact Biafra has possessed me. If I don't listen to this radio, my life is worthless for that day. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, my brother from Ahaba. They call us Abba. We shall know the truth, and the truth will set us free. Oh, let's work hard for one Nigeria. But we've been doing this almost 200 years. It has never gone better, but rather on daily basis, it degenerates. Caller on the line, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, good morning, Ada. Go ahead and I will advise you not to listen to your radio. That is the problem. Our women, when you call, lower your radio. You know, call radio. You call your line. There is a difference between time frame of me and you. Your radio will still be on, but me, I don't work, I go front. May not behave like civilized people. Once you call, you say hello, you want to hear your voice, hello immediately. It doesn't work that way. And that is why I don't want to waste my time with some people. Because before you will hear the hello coming, it's over already. You think you are not connected. You are connected. Our women. But of course, we must continue. Caller on the line, are you there?
Yeah. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
My brother, things are getting difficult every day in the country called Nigeria. It is please. I am from Aba. My name is Chinedu Obodo. The problem we are having here in Aba with this our radio station, it baffles me so much. Whenever
my brother, are you a member of IPOB?
Of course.
By now, you should know there is something I don't entertain.
Okay.
Why don't you ask your coordinator what is wrong with that radio station?
I have complained that.
Don't come here telling me, listen.
Okay.
When you call my platform, tell me our radio is not on. We have people who monitor, hold on. We have people who monitor this radio station. They will be the one to tell us what the problem is. You can't come here and tell me, hey, it's unbelievable. Do you know how many people battling us? Do you know what we put our life into to make sure you are listening to this radio? Please, don't do that. Don't do that. Just tell me our radio is not on. Leave the rest. You come in to analyze it, I won't take it. If it's not on, say it's not on. It helps us do our job. Don't analyze it for me. Go ahead with your contribution, please.
What I was trying to say was, the radio used to be on, but when we start listening to you is when you start distributing lines.
But of course,
Phone
British
numbers to call.
government, Awusa Fulani, saboteurs are making sure you don't hear what I say. Do you know what I battle on this platform every day to come on air? They are still imagining how I managed to come on air with everything they are doing. So, in fact, I know when I started this broadcast, somebody called online and reported Ikechukwu Guoha. That Ikechukwu Guoha, once I finished broadcast, they will cut away Biafran television. That Ikechukwu Guoha was working with me. We should allow Biafran television, that is our morning review, to operate. I was shocked. And all of a sudden, somebody also called and say, Onyibe, do you know anytime you come on air, they will cut you off? I don't have enemy, believe me. I deal with my enemy in the public and I move ahead. And when I fight so all of us will win. I don't want to win anybody, because the problem we are having today is because somebody wants to conquer us. Me, I don't want to conquer anybody, because I will not be better than those who have conquered us. That is why I tell people, we are not here to build new Nigeria. We are here to restore Biafra. Believe me, brother.
Exactly.
Tell us the radio is not on. We will find out the problem. And then we pick it up from there. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much.
We must continue.
The next thing is, this British government, have they not taken enough from our resources? When are they going to stop taking what belongs to us? They should please leave us alone. They have taken enough. Ndị be anyị si na onye ji ihe nwata weli aka elu nakara we azụ n'oge wetu aka nwatakịrị ewere ihe o ruwe mgbe aka gara ha ahụ anyị ga-ejikwa ihe egbuji ha aka ahụ. British gọọmenti hapụrụ na anyị hapụrụ na anyị ka anyị gaa zuo ike, ka anyị gaa kpakọ onwe anyị ọnụ. Unu alaala anyị n'iyi, lafere anyị n'iyi nke efe adịghị. Hausa Fulani, the most stupid people I've ever seen on earth. Why not abandon this British government? Let them go on their own. Let us be in a nation. You are believing in the British government, destroying everything about here. Well, all the same, let us move forward and see where we will end up.
Of course.
All we know is Biafra one way.
Of course.
No looking back.
Thank you very much.
We are restoring Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you. We must continue. Are you there, caller on the line?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, my Lord.
Yes,
May you bless you. My name is Ginek. I'm calling from Enugu province, Biafra land. I want to say that Britain will leave us alone. There is nothing they will do again. They have done so much evil. I hope our Christians who want to go to heaven are listening to this. I've told them, recharge your data and put Simple Radio. If you did not hear from FM, go to Simple Radio, go to Google, go everywhere. You can even listen to the ones you posted in Facebook. Let them listen, because they told us that we sinned. We're sinning every day. Every day we'll be pleading sin. But see these people that this plate that you put now, that tape, if they listen very careful, you will see that man is analyzing how they just deceived us, eat us, rubbished us. But they will tell you, but they are praying to go to the people's land. Those that did all those evil, they are praying, fasting 7 days dry to go to their land. But your land is the one that they used to develop their own, that you are rushing, praying 7 days to go and meet. Oh, to God, I will not forgive all of us. So if we continue to pray for this evil nation, they have started it again, praying, and we are shouting it now on top of our voice, shouting it. Stop praying for this evil enclave called Nigeria, the place that Satan landed when he was thrown out from heaven, when he was causing trouble. That they should stop. They refuse. Now they want to keep on praying until that place they will be fighting to go to again. It will never work. Our land will never be useless again. Britain, I tell you, all of you that came to Biafra land and intimidated us, killed us, raped us, do us everything. in order to take our land. It will never work. Our land swallows everyone and kills the good people. This Biafra land will keep us and swallow the evil ones. And we must continue. Let you go, Kabiama, bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and keep strengthening him as he goes around the world. Nothing will hurt him. Let you go, Kabiama, keep our deputy leader, Mazi Chemo, for the strong man, the man that stands when no other person stands. Let you go, Kabiama, bless every one of you that anchoring on Radio Biafra. May he strengthen you. None of our enemy will see us. We must live and see Biafra. In the name of God, Kabiama.
Thank you. We must continue. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yeah, Brother, good evening.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm Akonya with calling from Aba.
Go ahead.
So I want to thank God for your work and what you are doing concerning the British government. In my own case, whenever I find out that you are having you are my problem, I will abandon everything concerning you. Those people that is still worshiping or following their praying to British God should rethink. After collecting our oil, they will come back and still full us in their church, and we will contribute the little one we have and give them. They will be chopping in the name of that we are following God. Now, as I would think that we are with faith, we are giving God. They should stop and minimize something they are doing with British. Let them suffer, because they want to keep us in this condition that we are in now. Our brothers who are listening all over the world, those who are in Biafra land, who are still following them, bringing the more money they have, carry that money, go and pay your monthly dues. Carry that money, sponsor IPOB for the freedom of Biafra, total liberation, and the freedom of the black race. Here I will stop. Thank God for your life.
Thank you very much.
Leader.
We must continue. It's just simple. Oh, let's be one Nigeria. It's a lie. Indian got to a stage. They reject that. We make them. You don't treat cancer by pouring sugar. You cut it off or you die with it. You know, it's our Nigeria. We are also, Britain has said the hungry will kill us. So we have to kill the Igbo. And then let's one Nigeria and stuff. Oh, we are Yoruba. It's only cocoa we have. We can't eat cocoa from morning to night. And then let us kill the Igbo and collect 10%. Oh, we are Fulanis. We are wanderers all over the world. We can't be wandering everywhere. Let's kill the Igbo and take over their land. Oh, we are British government. We don't have anything. We are afraid that maybe in the next 90 years, water will take over the whole of UK. And then let's kill Igbo and take over their land. What gives you the possibility? What gives you the assurance that this thing you want to kill us for will remain forever for you? As some people will say, after all, when the colonial masters were here, we had water. When they were here, we had electricity. When they were here, they tied the road. Now they are gone. Where have we gone to? That is exactly what they want you to think, the way they want you to reason, making you believe that without them you are gone. It won't happen anyway. For those of you who are still living in how do I put the grammar? It's just they look backward. That is your business. If you like, turn heaven upside down. Nigeria will never progress. It will get worse on daily basis. For the avoidance of that, call and WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning, and here is night. This is Victor Gunnar Kukwe calling from Boston, Massachusetts, USA. How you doing, sir? Mazi George Onyibe.
Of course, God is faithful. Go ahead, please.
Yes. My input for this morning's program is that the zoo Nigeria is not meant for a human being to live in. And it's better for we Biafrans to do anything possible to emancipate ourselves from that contraption. You know, it's not a country, it's a contraption. So I'm urging on all Biafrans to donate to indigenous people of Biafra at radiobiafra.co, ipob.org, ipobinUSA.org, and other channels, so that we can get ready and chase away these animals from our land. Okay, sir. That's all I have to share, sir.
Thank Thank you very much. And like
You're
Mazime, I should say you are kind. It is simple. And I believe our leader, the leadership of IPOB, will one day raise up a tight foundation for Biafran people. Because all those money you are giving Yoruba pastors to buy private jets, all those money you are giving to them to build university in Biafra, in Yoruba land, why can't we build university in Biafra land? Let it be that government close it down. Let all of them be a testament against them. Because in due season, everybody will pay. Are you there, caller on the line?
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please, your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Obin Naya from Mayas in Imo province. I'm calling from Igbocha province in Biafra land. Bless you, bless our leader Mazin and the can. And bless our deputy Mazi for. And all the whole principal officers, those that are working seriously to make sure Biafra will restore. And bless all the whole IPOB members, those who are standing behind the struggle to make sure Biafra will restore. May Elohim shower them with a good blessing. Those who don't have work, let them see a good work. So that those who is not among what we are doing, we see that the hand of God is upon our struggle. I just want to sing more music so that people will know that this message is not going in vain. Uzioma George Onyibe Naga, Uzioma Mazen Nandekano Naga, Onaga Namba Nile, Onye Werenti Anoro Ya, Uzioma Mazu Chemefo Naga, Uzioma Ipitas Naga, Onaga Namba Nile, Onye Werenti Anoro Ya. I'm saying this for those who have here to hear that this message is going all over the world.
Thank you very
Let them
much.
hear. When Biafra will go, to go one for all. May Elohim bless you with your good work.
And bless you, my brother. You see, are you there, caller on the line?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Adadino Rama. Go ahead, please.
Sir, I'm Hobby myself. I'm calling from Okujago, Unit 1, Zone 1.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, yesterday, somebody herdsmen went to Oshobo in Ongopara over in Imo State, Imo Province, sir. They went to their bush and yes, they saw a farmer. And the man asked them, what are they doing? Instead of them to answer the man, they keep the man. And the community, they gang up and started chasing them. They kill, I don't know whether they killed them all, but they said one of them escaped. So one of my sisters told me yesterday evening, that is what is happening in Ngokpala right now, sir.
Thank you very much. I want you to do something for me. Call your sister to get us the details of this person that was killed. Very important.
Huh?
Tell your sister we want to have the detail of this person that is killed by Fulani herdsmen, if possible.
Okay, sir.
It's very important. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yes, I want to use this opportunity to announce our LGA meeting. Father, too, we are having LGA meeting on Sunday. So let everybody come. And they should come on time by 1 p.m. Another one is those that are praying for Nigeria. I don't know what they see in Nigeria. Our people, most of us, most of them, when you call them, they will come to listen. They say that they are there for self. Will they give me money? What will I get from them? So I want to stop here, sir. Thank you and God bless. I may not be my chance.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
We must continue. Are you there, call on WhatsApp? Good morning.
Am I coming out clear?
Go ahead, please.
Good. Biafrans worldwide man. Ogbuefi Nnamdi Kanu ụtụtụ Uche Mmefu ụtụtụ ọma, Ogbuefi Onyibe ụtụtụ ọma, all the principal officer IPOB ụtụtụ ọma, IPOB worldwide ụtụtụ ọma, asụkwa m mma meela anyị. na-ekele onye na-afọ na nkwọ n'ụbọchị tata bụ ahịa afọ wee na-asị ka ọmaka meela anyị igbu aka ndị ka igbuo na mma igbu aka ebe ka igbuo na mma site n'ọwa ya lụ na ọda ya ngụ mma n'isi His Royal Majesty Eze Okwu Kanu n'isi Yom Ugo Eze n'isi Yom Uchechi na onwe ya na ụmụnne ya niile na-anya onwe anyị IPOB worldwide ndụdụ nka ka anyị na-ayọ n'isi ha n'otu n'otu isi ụmụnne dị nọ n'ụlọ ọgwụ ka Chukwuka bịa bikwusa ha ka ọgwọ nsọ ndị nke nọ n'ụlọ mkpọrọ ka Chukwuka bịa nyekwara ha ụzọ ọpụpụ n'ọnya ka anyị na-ayọ Chukwuka bịa ma na-ekele onye na-afọ na nkwọ n'ahịa na n'ọdịnigwe ọdịnala ya daala gị na ana Maazị Onyibe Biafrans worldwide ọdịnala ya daala anyị na ana ọdịnala ya fuela anyị ọma ọdịna mmiri ya siela anyị niile ọdịna ikuku ya kutela anyị na-ekele onye na-afọ na nkwọ n'ahịa na n'ọdịnigwe Chukwuka bịa ma bịa were ọnọdụ n'isi ụmụ gị niile n'otu n'otu ise Maazị Onyibe please Maazị aga na-ekwu na ekene from Italy. I am working as a coordinator of IPOB here in Como, Italy. Please help me and give you an announcement for our people. Como branch, we need them to come up. We need all of them to come up so that we carry on our quest of restoration. Because Como is very, very important for us. Because if you come to Como, you will see Americans, you will see British, you will see Russians, you will see the whole world. Foreigners live here in Como so much. But I don't know why our people that is here olden days, long time, they are not coming up to join our movement, our quest. Only new people, we don't know. But we're still asking them to come up more, to come up, because it's for all of us. It's for all of us. Nobody will not enter Biafra. Rest, you didn't follow us to do the needful thing. Maazị Onyibe, pardon me, please. I want to advise our brothers and sisters that is down in Biafra land, working assiduously for this our restoration of Biafra. Please, my brothers and sisters, any post that you are signed in, please, I plead with you. Make sure you do it with your best understanding. Yes, let it don't spoil from your hand. Pass it on. You do your own. When the time to collect the work from you reach, they will collect it and give it another person. There's no post that will close down unless corruption is there. Hamadike said it when he's still in prison. Anywhere we meet corruption, we fight them. Bumper to bumper. We can never look anybody face. So Biafrans, any work they give you, make sure you defend the work completely. What eyes must work like eyes, ear must work like ear, nose must work like nose, hand must work like hand, and the leg must work like legs. Please, anyone you assign it, please defend it well. Biafrans is on our hand. And each zone, please prepare yourself. Make sure that all the branches of your zone is working hard. It's important. That is where our right is now. Please, those that is doing omenani or denane people, please. Our way now is at Udo Ogugugene Aro Ajanda Idemiri Mpopa Otutu. Go there every morning, and the more is there doing the needful thing. Go there, join him. Please. Mazimo Yaganeku is asking for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Biafra.
We must continue. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line, I will advise you to leave your radio alone. Go ahead, please.
I want to thank you for your good work you are doing for Biafra. I say, may Elohim, bless you and your family. I want to use this opportunity to thank our able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for Biafra. I say, may Chukwu Okike Adam continue leading him. He will lead us to the promised land. Mazi Joshi Onyibe, I want to thank you. I say, continue with your good work. May Elohim bless you.
Go ahead, please. Avoid your radio. Go ahead.
Hello?
Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line, are you there?
Onyibe, good morning.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
This is my first time to call.
You know, when most of us call, we want to listen to our voice on radio. And if you're being a follower of Radio Biafra, you know it's against the rule. Are you there? Caller on the line. And of course, we must continue. Caller on the line, are you there? Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, sir. Hello, good morning, sir.
My brother, good morning. Go ahead, please.
My name is John. I'm calling from the state, Biafra. The report where I want to talk to people is that our radio made a talk last week. So we need to.
Are you a member of IPOB?
Yes, sir.
Call your coordinator. Find out why the radio is not on. It will amaze you.
Okay.
So it's good you are bringing the information, but as a member of IPOB, you have the right to ask your coordinator, why is our radio not on? It will amaze you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yes, a caller on the line. Are you there?
Yes, good morning, George Onyibe.
Good morning, Ada. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my name is Mrs. Evelyn Colare. I'm calling from Aba. Aba is in Portland. What I just have to say is this. Hello?
Go ahead. This is my problem. Leave your radio alone. Move away from your radio. Focus on your phone.
My brother,
I'm hearing your radio there and it's distracting you. Move away from your radio.
I am outside the home and the radio is in the house.
Remove your mind from there because I'm hearing that radio in the house and I know it's what is distracting you. Forget about what is going on in the radio. Focus on your phone.
I am out. Please, what I want to just to say is this. It's okay now. You know, one of our sisters just said they're praying for one Nigeria. I'm just to tell them that prayers of the sinners are abomination unto the Lord. And so shall it be for them. God cannot answer their prayers because our agonies, our God is hearing. Those who are praying for one Nigeria are saboteurs, and they will never prosper, and never be well with them.
In Jesus' name. They will be like one Nigeria in Jesus' name. Amen.
So shall it be for them. Yes. Bye.
Thank you very much. Of course, we will also be praying for Nigeria every Sunday. We will pray for Nigeria for what she really deserves. We will invoke the spirit of all those who have been murdered by Nigeria. They shall attend to Nigerian issue. Please, when you call me, move away from your radio. Ignore your radio. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'm there.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah. May the Almighty God bless you, Onyibe. I thank Almighty God for using you and our director and our deputy director general for. I thank Almighty God on behalf of you people for the wonderful call you are doing. So, what I want to say this morning is that I thank God for everything the Lord is doing, because I know that Biafra is coming, definitely. I did not start the program with you, sir. I hear somebody talking about the tape you played, because I'm always like to listen to whatever the tape you played, because I'm always I use my simple radio, listen to it through app. I don't compare. I'm not the kind of people that complain about radios, because I ask one of our members who is an officer asked what is going on about it. He told me that they're working on it. So I believe on that. And I'm using my app to listen to you people every morning. So Biafra every morning. So there's some videos I posted. There's one man from Jamaica who I listened to his video, what he thought in New York. He teach you how the white people, the Corona people took our ancestors and the names they give us. When I listened to this man, I was like, this is what our director was saying. Can we follow Biafra, listen to what this man is saying and hacking on it? You know what I mean? Because there is a lot of lies. I'm always, even yesterday I was telling somebody asked me, are you a Christian? I told the person that, listen, I am not a Christian. That Christian is a religion. That if you ask me, are you a son of Chukwukabiam, I will answer you. But stop calling me a Christian. That is what they use to deceive us. They use the name of Christian to deceive us. Today, we still believe in that nonsense name they called us. Many of us, but me, I don't believe it anymore. Because I have heard the truth and I focus on that truth. So, what I just want to say that one day, British will leave us alone.
Thank you very much.
Nigeria will go.
They have no
That's
choice
what I would
anyway.
say. They don't have any choice. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line. The same thing.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Okay, yes, Madam Yumushe. I want to thank you people for your effort. The blessing of the Lord is upon you because the leaders of every country, they receive the blessing of the citizens. But when we were small, we used to hear, God bless our country, God bless our leader, God bless our... Then that blessing is serious. Where a country where there is no blessing from the people to the leader, that country has finished. Look at the whole blessing that has been going to heaven because of what our leader meditated. You see, anything that we do that does not attract blessing to God, glory to God, there's no prosperity in that. And so for this fact alone that God receives blessing, and our leader's blessing of the people is upon his head, he will continue to progress, and that at the end, we will achieve Biafra. So what I want to say is this. Most of us, when we want to call the zoo, we cannot get to them. And if you try and get, before you know it, they have caught you.
Once you talk when you want to they cut you off.
When you want to point to a particular issue, they will cut you down. Now, I know that most of them are listening to Biafra radio. They are listening to us. There is one man from Ndele that is always reciting with our leader, Martin Nandekano, how he escaped Nigeria. Now, Ezazaki want to use the same method now and escape how Nandekano escaped. That man has been against our escape of our leader. He will always try to mention it, but my friend, I want to call that to their radio. I cannot get to it. So now they are listening to their radio. They are praying. Somebody who is praying must confess his sin and they decide not to go back to that sin again. How can you be praying upon the blood that is pouring upon this man? Let them know that the blood is crying. And the cry of blood, human being cannot hear it. But God that knows how the blood of Abel was crying and the blood of the saints are crying now, even in the presence of God. Asking God, until when will you judge our killer? So the blood that is crying upon this land of Nigeria, no human being cannot hear it. God is hearing it. So with that shout of blood, they think that this Nigeria will be good. Let them pray from now. They will become the bad worshippers. So this must be anybody that want to speak to Nigeria radio. Let him talk to them that the cry of the blood in the ear of God is much. Nigeria must collapse. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, Ada. Of course, they will know. They will know when the time comes. Who no go know. Hey, it's about Nigeria. Of course, we are not even doing well as Biafran because this is the time to pray. We will pray for Biafra nation. We will pray for Nigerian, our creator and handler. It is time to pray. Oseti and Ashebi is prayer. Ogomo get ready. Ndiche get ready. Uminala get ready. Pentecostal get ready. Catholic get ready. Anglican get ready. Sembotos and Kai. Any ministry you belong. Jarastafara. All of you get ready. It is time to pray. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp.
Yes, my brother George Onyibe. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning, George Onyibe. My name is Ekene. I'm from our mama. Our mama is in Olo is in most state, Biafra, but I call him from Spain. Well, my advice to all these saboteurs that asking for pray for one Nigeria, I know that nothing good comes from Nigeria. That's right. They used to pray for one Nigeria. Let them use to pray for the situation of Biafra, especially we Biafrans. That nothing good comes from Nigeria. Nigeria is just like a spy story, it's a film. That everybody that asking for pray for one Nigeria because they know the evil that they are committed. Because I know that God can never and never help Nigeria because Nigeria is evil country. It's created by human beings. How can God answer that evil prayer? And those people that asking for the people that are killing our people and they are asking for pray for one Nigeria. Nigeria cannot have peace. This can never hold. Nigeria can never know peace in their life. I thank you, George Onyibe. I thank our leader, Martin Andata, George Onyibe, and Ucheme for and other people that working through to restore Biafra. I pray that Elohi, God Himself, will guide and protect everyone. And my advice to our people in Biafra that God will protect both men and women, our children, and other people that working to make sure that we restore our country, Biafra. One by one, in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Thank you, African Rep.
Thank you.
I remain blessed.
Thank you very much. Our people must remain focused. We are not going anywhere. You are going home. Oh, let's pray for one Nigeria. Let's work for unity. Let's work for progress. Let's work for amalgamation. It's a lie. You are not working anywhere. Not until you accept the truth. We are not going anywhere. The Hausa man must understand that every grain of sand in Hausa land may be what makes China boast of what they are today. The Yoruba must understand that the gold, the Modakeke or Ife, is enough to take them to the next level, including their tactics, talent of 419. The middle belts must understand the fertile soil, blessed with numerous resources, could put them on an edge in the global market and, of course, international community at large. The Fulani should know that there is blessing in every cause. It depends on how you are able to harness it. You are a wanderer. Begin to wander. You never know the plan of God for you. You could even be more active than Google if you are able to initiate your plan. Because when you are wandering, you go to Britain, you Fulanize them. You go to America, you Fulanize them. You come to Africa, you Hesmanize them. You go to Australia, you Hesmanize them. Having gone through here, you have a lot of experience, information. You can sell like Google and make money. One thing I know is that no matter how weak you are, God always gives each and every one of us a hedge over others. But out of laziness, you conspired and feel, well, we have to undo Biafra so we can be stealing oil. Britain can be greater than what she is today, only if she remove her eye from oil. How many oil well does American have? They can boast of many things. China, Japan, how many oil well do they have? The only oil well in our bar alone is bigger than the whole oil well in America, including China and Japan. But these people are doing very great. And then you are dying under the false hope that, oh, we're going to do our one Nigeria to go forward. We're going to, no, it's over. It's over. We are going to do that one Nigeria will go below than she has ever been. I sign off from here. I appreciate those of you who spent your hard-earned resources to buy data and come online every day. I appreciate you. I appreciate those of you who are there in your IPOB unit doing what you can't do. I appreciate you. It's not our style, but sometimes, we just have to see it. We just have to see it. A lot of you can't come up. We understand. And you're doing what you're doing. We appreciate you, honestly. We appreciate our deputy. There are some people, when they want to play smart, when they see the picture of our deputy, they adjust because they know they will be the real corruption fighter. Not Buhari, genocidal criminal. We appreciate you. We appreciate members of the DOS, everybody working out their head. There are things you will not know today, but one day you will understand. We appreciate our leader, Mazen Nandekano. There are certain things money can buy. Until I lost my mother, I know if I know what I know today, I would have done more for her. And you will not understand what it means to sacrifice your comfort zone. Just for most people who don't even acknowledge what you do. We appreciate our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano. But above all, we appreciate the Almighty Creator. Who are we? Who are we? Anyway, this is my song for Biafra. Goodbye for now.
This is my song for freedom. They call me Chris Jokey. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for still God is always with me. Yeah, He's always with me. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. Yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and the time is too late to join me. Let us get it now. For happiness we all rejoice. Yes, we are the children of God. I am talking about a holy land, yeah, where God will always reign, and the sun will shine again. So we the people rejoice, yeah, where no one will tell me, yeah, that my song is suicidal, that I will lose my life for singing songs, where there is freedom of speech. Mr. Mepho will remind us, yeah, that we are children of the Most High God. In Jerusalem we meet again, yeah, because we are the children of God. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home, yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and the time is too late to join me. Let us get it now. For happiness we all rejoice. Yes, we are the children of God. We are praying for the moment, yeah, when heaven will come for us, and the world will talk about us, so no one else have to die. All this nation will respect us, yeah. Understand we just wanna go back home. No amount of gun can stop the show, yeah, cause we all got possessed, and the spirit is in me. My director will return home, yeah. Show us love we used to do before. Beautiful faces I will see again, yeah. We need you, we miss you, and we wait on you. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home, yeah. We made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and the time is too late to join me. Let us get it now. For happiness we all rejoice. Yes, yes, we are the children of God. Holy, holy, Namdekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Namdekano is another Savior. Biafra can dig it away from baby. It is a chance. Biafra can dig it away from baby. The sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. Yeah. We made it through the sun to home.